Okay, the video got cut off, so here's the second part. I don't know why the thing turned off. I think it was
everyone.
Gustavo Cardosa's fault.
No.
Period 4.
It's Cardoso.
See? Something's wrong. Okay, so continuing, we were finding this angle here. Well, you can find an angle if you have these two sides, right?
No.
So, we learned that already. What sides are these? This is the opposite. We're not using that side, so don't even bother. We're using the hypotenuse and the adjacent. We're going to find this angle measure because we have those two given sides. So, that's going to be K, right? Because it has the adjacent and the hypotenuse. Yeah. So I'll be able to find cosine, and that's angle A, but I'll just put cosine of the angle is equal to A over H. That's going to be cosine of angle A is equal to cosine of angle A is equal to adjacent 4 over 14.2. Right? And again, when it's an angle that you're finding, remember, we already have this over here. There's no information missing here. When it's the angle that you have to find, that's when you use the inverse functions. So A is going to be what? The inverse of what? Cosine of 4 over 14.2. Shh. All right, if this is cosine, to find the angle, remember use the inverse. Okay, let's get that quick. That angle is going to be four divided by 14.2. Oh, that's not right. Put an extra 1. I got 73.6. 73.6. Let me see if that's right. Let me check my key over here, because, yeah, that's right. 73.6. Remember that here on the worksheet, they're rounding up to the tenths place. Okay, so for the angles, since no angles are given, yeah, you're going to have to use the inverse function keys. Okay, so this is 73.6 degrees. All right, I found that angle. How are you going to find this other one now? Well, you don't have to use trig, right? You don't have to use trig. To find angle B, if I have this one, I know angle A and angle B, they add up to 90. Since this one's 90 degree, I know that these two add up to 90. So for angle B, you're just going to have to do 90, whatever 90, take away 73.6 will give you the answer for angle B, right? You don't need to use the trig. You could if you want, but I think it's going to be like 16.4 or something like that. Let me check. It is? I did it in my 90, 90 take away 73.6. All right, so that's what this angle B is. You can write it here if you want, but I'm not, because I'm going to use this one to find that third side, right? So the measure of angle B is 16.4 degrees. All right, so you're going to concern yourself with always getting the measures of the angles first. Okay, you can write it here, but I'm going to tell you why I'm not, because remember, you still got to come back over here and find the missing side. Okay, so I don't have to find two sides. That's the good news. You don't have to find two sides, because two sides are already given. You just have to find one more. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because this got all sloppy right here, I'm going to just copy the triangle again. All right, I'm just going to copy it again over here. Let's see. If you just have too much stuff, it looks too busy, and it's just like you don't know what to focus on. I'm going to stick with the sides that they have. And the angle that we found, we need it. Okay, here we go. We just have to find this one missing side, right? We have to find one missing side because these two are already given. That is angle A, so that makes it side A. It's on. I'll lower it, but tell them to open the windows. Open the windows. It's on. Look at the green light. Look at the green light on the display there. You see the little green light on there?
Yeah, there's a green light.
Okay, that means it's on.
73.
Okay, but it's on.
Mister, why are we losing?
Yeah, why are you
Okay. How are you going to find this missing side? Well, I'm going to use this angle. This is the opposite side. And look, you have whichever choice you want. You can use opposite over adjacent, or you can use opposite over hypotenuse. Any one of these two sides. But for sure, you got to use the opposite. I'll use opposite over hypotenuse. All right, so that's how you're going to use. And again, we've done this before, right? That's going to be sine. Sine of the angle, which is 73.6 degrees, is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. All right, we're almost done here. Solve this. Well, that's a proportion, right? And the good thing about this one's an easy one, right? Because when you cross multiply, I have A by itself. 1 times A is going to be A. A is equal to, and I multiply this way, 14.2 times sine of 73.6 degrees. All right, let's see. (14.2) sine 73.6. I get 13.62, so I'll just leave it at. That's the missing side measure, 13.6. Let me check my answer key here. Yeah, that's what I got. All right, what if we would have used opposite over adjacent? That would have been tangent. Let me just check that real quick. If I would have used opposite over adjacent, that would have been tangent, so that would have been 4 tangent of 73.6. I'm just checking if we would have got the same answer, okay, if we did it the other way. Oh, do we get the 13.6? Yeah, we still get 13.6, right? That's what we got? Yeah. And I'll show you the key. Right, when you check the key, right, when you look at the, it'll have in red all the missing parts, right? It has the two angles that we got. We did get 73.6 and 16.4, and look, there's the side, 13.6. All right, so solving the triangle means finding everything that's missing. Get all the angles first. Just remember that. Get all the angle measures first, and then get the sides last. All right, there you go.